Welcome to my channel. Have you ever opened your mouth to speak English and nothing came out? You wanted to say something, but your voice just hid somewhere deep inside? I know that feeling. I lived it too. But what if I told you your first voice is already inside you, waiting to come out? Stay till the end, because today I'm going to show you how I found mine. Comment below. Have you ever felt afraid to speak English in front of others? Chapter 1: The moment I found my first voice. I still remember the first time I tried to speak English. My heart was beating fast. My hands were cold. I wanted to say one small sentence, but no sound came out. I was scared. I felt like everyone would laugh at me. I wanted to speak, but my voice was lost somewhere deep inside. Maybe you have felt that too. You know the words in your mind. You even practice them when you are alone. But when the real moment comes, your voice just disappears. You smile, you stay quiet, and later you feel bad. You say to yourself, "Why couldn't I speak?" That feeling hurts. I know it very well. At that time, I thought something was wrong with me. I thought maybe my English was not good enough. But later, I found the truth. The problem was not my English. The problem was my fear. I was afraid of being wrong. I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid of my own voice. One day, I was sitting alone and I said one sentence out loud. Just one. It was small, it was simple, it was not perfect, but it was mine. That was the first time I heard my own voice in English. It felt strange, but it also felt powerful. I smiled. For the first time, I felt proud. That one small sentence changed everything. I started to believe that my voice was not broken. It was just waiting for me to use it. Every time I spoke, even if I made mistakes, I felt a little stronger. I understood something very important. Your first voice does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be real.
Olivia.
You don't have to sound like a native speaker. You don't have to know every word. You just have to start. Because once you start, something beautiful happens inside you. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to feel free. You begin to find your real English voice. I want you to imagine this. You are talking to someone in English. You are not scared anymore. You are not trying to be perfect. You are just being yourself. Your words are simple, but they are true. The other person understands you. You smile. That is the moment you feel proud of your first voice. I know starting is hard. You may think, what if I make mistakes? You will. Everyone does, even native speakers. But mistakes are not bad. They are signs that you are learning. Every mistake you make is one step closer to confidence. So don't stop yourself. Speak. Even if it's just one word, that one word is the start of your journey. Your first voice is not about perfect grammar. It's about courage. It's about showing the world that you are trying. Every time you speak, you open a new door for yourself. You become a little more confident. You become a little more free. You become a little more you. When I found my first voice, I realized something powerful. My fear was not my enemy. My fear was my teacher. It was teaching me to be brave. It was pushing me to grow. And now, I want you to do the same. Don't wait for perfect English. Don't wait for the right time. Start now, start today. Speak with your heart, speak with your soul. Even if your voice shakes, let it come out. That is your real voice. That is your first step toward confidence. And believe me, once you take that step, you will never want to go back. Because your voice matters. Your words matter. You matter. Chapter 2: Why We Fear Our Voice. Have you ever wondered why it feels so hard to speak? You know what you want to say, but something stops you. It's not that you don't know English. It's something deeper. It's fear. Fear is powerful. It can make your heart beat faster. It can make your throat dry. It can make your mind go blank. When you try to speak, your voice hides inside you. You feel small. You feel weak. You feel like your words don't belong. I know this feeling because I lived with it for a long time. Every time I wanted to speak, I asked myself, what if I say it wrong? What if people laugh? What if I sound stupid? Those questions kept me quiet. I thought silence was safer than mistakes. But silence only made me more afraid. Many English learners feel the same. You may think other people are better than you. You may think their English is perfect, and yours is not. But let me tell you a secret. Everyone feels fear at some point. Even confident speakers feel nervous before they talk. The difference is, they speak anyway. Fear comes from judgment. We are scared of what people will think. We imagine faces laughing at us, people whispering about our accent, our grammar, our voice. But do you know what's funny? Most people are not even thinking about you. They are busy thinking about themselves. Your fear is just a story your mind is telling you. The truth is, your mind wants to protect you. It says, don't speak, stay safe. But learning a language is not about staying safe. It's about growing. It's about stepping into a new world. You can't grow inside your comfort zone. You have to open your mouth, even if your voice shakes. The first time you speak, it feels scary. The second time, it feels easier. The third time, you start to enjoy it. Slowly, your fear becomes smaller. Because when you face your fear, it loses its power. Every time you speak, you are teaching your fear that you are stronger than it. When I started speaking English, I made many mistakes. People corrected me. Sometimes I felt embarrassed. But I realized something important. Mistakes didn't break me. They built me. Each mistake was like a small teacher, showing me what to learn next. Fear will always whisper in your ear. It will say, don't do it. You're not ready. But you must answer it. You must say, I am ready enough. Because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is speaking even when fear is still there. Remember, your voice is not something to hide. It is something to share. It carries your story, your dreams, your truth. When you speak, even with mistakes, you show who you are. And that is beautiful. Close your eyes for a moment and think, what if you spoke today? What if you shared one small sentence? How would you feel? Maybe nervous at first, but after that, proud, free, alive. That's what happens when you use your voice. Your fear is not a wall, it is just a door, and the key is in your hands. All you have to do is open it. So, the next time fear tells you to stay quiet, take a deep breath, smile, and speak anyway. Because your voice deserves to be heard. Because the world needs to hear you. Because your story matters. And once you speak, even one small word, you will realize something magical. The fear was never bigger than you. You were always bigger than it. Chapter 3. The Power of Speaking Imperfectly. For a long time, I thought I had to speak perfect English before I opened my mouth. I waited and waited. I practiced grammar. I memorized words. But still, I didn't speak. I was waiting for the perfect moment. That moment never came. One day, I realized something simple but powerful. Perfection never comes first. Speaking does. You don't learn to speak by waiting. You learn to speak by speaking. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's broken, even if it's messy. When a baby learns to speak, they make mistakes every second. They say words wrong. They repeat sounds again and again. But do they stop? No. They keep going. And slowly, they learn. That's how language works. That's how we all learn. When you speak imperfectly, something beautiful happens. You stop worrying about being right. You start focusing on being real. You speak from your heart, not from fear. People don't care if your English is perfect. They care if you are honest, kind, and confident. I remember one day, I was talking to a foreign friend. I made a small mistake. I said the wrong word. I felt embarrassed. But my friend smiled and said, "Don't worry. I understand you." That moment changed everything. I realized that communication is not about perfect grammar. It's about connection. You can make 10 mistakes in one sentence, and people will still understand you if you speak with confidence and emotion. But if you stay silent, no one can hear you at all. Silence creates distance. Words, even imperfect ones, create bridges. So don't be afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. Every mistake is a small success because it means you tried. It means you were brave enough to speak. And that courage is more powerful than perfect grammar. Think about this. When you speak imperfect English, you are not showing weakness. You are showing strength. You are showing that you are learning something new. You are showing that you have courage. Not everyone has that courage. You do. Every great speaker once spoke badly. Every fluent person once made mistakes. The only difference is that they didn't stop. They kept speaking, even when it was hard, even when they felt shy, even when others laughed. And one day, they became confident. The world doesn't need perfect speakers. The world needs brave ones. The world needs people who try, who fail, who rise again. That's how progress is made. That's how confidence is born. So today, I want you to do something small. Record your voice. Just say one simple sentence. It can be hello, my name is, or I love learning English. Then listen to it. Don't judge it. Just listen. That is your real voice. That is your starting point. When you hear your voice, you may think it sounds strange. That's okay. Everyone feels that way. But your voice is yours. It's special. It's your tool to express yourself. Use it. Practice it. Don't hide it. Every word you speak brings you closer to fluency. Every sentence you say makes you stronger. Don't wait for perfect English. Perfect never starts anything. Courage does. So the next time you speak and you make a mistake, smile. Because that mistake is a sign that you are growing. It's a small light in your journey. It means your English is alive. Speak freely, speak proudly, speak imperfectly. Because your voice, no matter how it sounds, has power. And once you understand that, nothing can stop you. Chapter 4. How to train your voice the right way. Now that you know your voice is powerful, it's time to train it. Many learners think they need a teacher, a classroom, or expensive courses to improve. But that's not true. You already have everything you need: your voice, your mind, and a little bit of courage. When I first started, I didn't know how to practice. I used to read grammar books and memorize words, but my speaking didn't improve much. Then, one day, I realized something important. Reading teaches you words, but speaking teaches you confidence. And confidence is what makes your English come alive. So, how do you train your voice the right way? You don't need to study all day. You just need to practice a little every day. Consistency is the secret. Even 5 minutes a day can change your English completely if you do it with focus. Start small. Choose one sentence every day and say it out loud. For example, today is a good day. Say it slowly. Feel the words in your mouth. Listen to how they sound. Then say it again, but louder. When you speak out loud, your mouth, your ears, and your brain start working together. This is how real learning happens. Next, try shadowing. It's simple. Listen to a short English video or audio. Then repeat exactly what you hear. Copy the tone, the rhythm, the way the speaker moves their mouth. At first, it feels strange, but soon, your voice starts to sound more natural. It's like training your muscles but for your mouth and tongue. Another powerful way to train your voice is storytelling. Every day, tell a small story about your day in English. It doesn't have to be long. You can say, I woke up early. I had breakfast. I watched a video. The goal is not perfection. The goal is practice. When you tell your story, you are connecting your thoughts to your voice. That's how real fluency begins. Recording your voice is also a great way to improve. When you record yourself, you can hear what others hear. You might notice words you say too fast or sounds you miss. Don't judge yourself. Just listen and learn. When you record again after a few days, you will notice small changes that will make you proud. Make your practice fun. You can sing along with English songs. You can talk to yourself while walking. You can repeat lines from your favorite movies. You can even teach an imaginary class in English. Every small act of speaking helps your tongue become stronger and your mind more confident. And here's a secret: you don't need to sound perfect. You just need to sound clear. Speak slowly and clearly. When people understand you, that's success. Don't rush. Don't push yourself too hard. Be kind to your voice. It's learning with you. Sometimes you may feel tired or think, I'm not improving. But remember, progress is quiet. You don't always see it right away. But it's there, growing with every word you speak. Just like a seed under the soil, your voice is becoming stronger every day. When I started speaking daily, something magical happened. I stopped being afraid of English. It became part of my life. I talked to myself, to my friends, even to strangers. My voice grew with me. That's the power of daily practice. You can start today. Pick one method: shadowing, storytelling, or recording. Do it for 1 week. Don't worry about results. Just do it. And after 1 week, you'll notice a change not just in your English, but in your confidence. Your voice is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you speak, your fear becomes smaller and your power becomes greater. Don't wait for a special day to start. The best time to train your voice is now. Remember, your English voice is not built one day. It's built one word at a time. Every word you say today is preparing you for tomorrow. So speak, practice, and trust yourself. You are doing better than you think. Keep speaking, keep learning, and most importantly, keep believing in your voice. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that quiet, scared voice you once had has turned into a strong, confident one. And you did it all by yourself. Chapter 5. Growing Confidence from Small Wins. Confidence does not come in one big moment. It grows slowly, like a small plant. You water it every day, and one day it starts to bloom. The same happens with your English voice. Every time you speak, even a few words, you are planting the seeds of confidence. I still remember the first time I spoke English to a stranger. My hands were shaking. My heart was loud. But I did it. I said one small sentence. The person smiled and answered me back. That one moment felt like victory. It was small, but it was powerful. That was my first win. Many learners think they must speak perfectly before they can feel confident. But that's not true. Confidence does not wait for perfection. Confidence comes from action. It comes from small wins. Those little moments when you try, even if you are scared. When you say one sentence correctly, that's a win. When you understand a word someone says, that's a win. When you speak to yourself out loud, that's also a win. You may think these moments are small, but together, they build your strength. The problem is, most people ignore their progress. They only look at their mistakes. They say, I still make errors, or my accent is not good. But if you only focus on what's wrong, you'll never see what's right. Start noticing your wins, even the small ones. Write them down. Smile when you remember them. Every small win is proof that you are moving forward. You see, confidence is not a gift. It's a habit. The more you practice speaking, the more natural it feels. One day you realize you are not afraid anymore. You start to speak without thinking too much. That's confidence, quiet, gentle, and growing inside you. Sometimes your wins will be invisible. Maybe you understand more words in a movie today than you did last week. Maybe you speak faster than before. Maybe your pronunciation sounds clearer. These changes are small, but they matter. Every small step leads to a big change. I want you to think of your confidence like building a tower. Each time you speak, you add one brick. One day, that tower becomes strong and tall. But if you stop, it never grows. So keep building, even on the days when you don't feel like it. When you make a mistake, don't feel bad. Smile and say, "That's okay. I learned something new." That is also a small win. Because confidence is not built by avoiding mistakes. It's built by accepting them. When you start seeing every small success, you feel proud of yourself. And pride gives you energy. It makes you want to try again and again until speaking English feels natural and free. Sometimes people will notice your progress. They will say, "Your English is better now." But sometimes they won't. That's okay. You will notice it yourself. You will feel it when you speak more easily, when your voice sounds stronger, when your fear becomes smaller. That feeling is your reward. Remember, confidence grows from action, not from waiting. Every word you say adds light to your journey. So don't wait for big moments. Create small ones. Say hello to someone. Order your food in English. Talk to yourself in front of the mirror. Every small step counts. I want you to celebrate your wins. Say to yourself, "I did it." It doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is that you tried. Because every time you try, you grow. Every time you speak, you move closer to the confident version of yourself that is already inside you. You are not the same person you were when you started. You are braver, you are stronger, and your voice is louder. These are your wins. They may be small, but they are building the new you. So keep going. Keep speaking. Keep winning one small moment at a time. Because one day, you will look back and realize that all those small wins created something big. Your confidence. Chapter 6. Your voice has power. Your voice is not just sound. It is a part of who you are. It carries your thoughts, your dreams, and your heart. When you speak, you share a piece of yourself with the world. That is powerful. For a long time, I didn't understand how powerful my voice was. I thought my English was too weak, too small, too imperfect. But one day, I spoke to someone and made them smile. That moment changed how I saw myself. I realized that even my broken English could touch someone's heart. That's when I understood your voice can do more than you think. You see, words can change lives. They can inspire people. They can comfort someone who feels alone. They can make people believe in themselves again. And you don't need perfect grammar to do that. You just need to speak with honesty and kindness. Every time you speak English, you are connecting to new people. You are opening doors to new worlds. You can meet friends from other countries. You can learn about new cultures. You can share your ideas. Your voice can travel farther than you ever imagined. When you speak, you show others that it's okay to try. You become an example for those who are still afraid. Your courage can give them courage. Your voice has that power. Sometimes you may think, who will listen to me? The answer is simple. Someone will. There is always someone who needs to hear your words. Maybe your story will give them hope. Maybe your mistake will make them laugh. Maybe your honesty will make them feel understood. That is the power of your voice. Never think your English is too small to make an impact. Every big speaker once started small. Every powerful voice was once a quiet one. What made them different is that they didn't give up. They kept speaking, even when they felt unsure. Your English voice can change your life too. It can help you find better jobs, make friends, and explore the world. It can give you freedom to express your ideas and share your truth. It can give you confidence you never knew you had. Your voice also has the power to change how you see yourself. When you speak, you prove to yourself that you can. You stop seeing yourself as a learner and start seeing yourself as a communicator. You start to feel proud. You start to respect yourself more. The more you use your voice, the more it grows. Just like a small flame becomes brighter when you protect it, your voice becomes stronger when you use it. Don't hide it. Don't doubt it. Let it shine. Think about this. Your voice has power even when it shakes. Because when you speak, you are showing bravery. You are saying, I am here. I am trying. I believe in myself. That is real strength. The world doesn't need more perfect voices. It needs real ones. Voices full of hope, honesty, and courage. And that's what your voice is. So don't be afraid to use it. Speak in your class. Speak with your friends. Speak to yourself. Every time you speak, your voice becomes a little more powerful. You will start to notice that people listen. They respect you. They understand you. And that will make you even stronger. One voice can start a conversation. One conversation can start a friendship. And one friendship can change a life. Maybe yours. Maybe someone else's. That is what makes your voice so important. And so, the next time you doubt yourself, remember this. Your voice matters. Your story matters. You matter. Every word you say adds light to someone's world, including your own. Your voice is not just about English. It's about expression, confidence, and connection. When you use it, you bring your thoughts to life. You make your dreams real. Never be silent about who you are. Speak your truth. Speak your dreams. Speak your heart. Because your voice has power more than you will ever know. Chapter 7. Keep speaking. The journey never ends. When you start learning English, you think there will be an end. You imagine one day you'll speak perfectly, and your journey will be complete. But soon, you realize something different. Learning a language never really ends. It keeps growing, just like you do. And that's the most beautiful part of it. When I look back at my own journey, I see how far I've come. I see that shy person who was once afraid to say even one word. Now that same person can speak freely and help others. But I also see that I'm still learning, still growing, still improving. And that's okay. That's what makes this journey alive. You don't have to rush. You don't have to compare yourself with others. Everyone has their own speed. Some learn fast, some learn slow. What matters is that you keep moving. Every time you speak, every time you listen, every time you try, you are growing, even when you don't see it. There will be days when you feel tired, days when words don't come easily, days when you think, maybe I'll never be fluent. But those are the days you must remember how far you've already come. Remember that your first voice was small and scared, but you still spoke. You didn't give up then, and you don't have to give up now. Fluency is not the goal. Freedom is. The freedom to express yourself, to share your story, to connect with others. That's what speaking English is really about. It's not about perfect sentences. It's about real communication. Keep speaking, even when it's hard. Keep learning, even when it feels slow. Keep believing, even when you doubt yourself, because every word you say adds a little more strength to your voice. Sometimes, you might not notice your growth, but others will. Someone will say, "Your English sounds better." Someone will smile and understand your words. Someone will thank you for helping them. Those moments will remind you that your effort matters. Your journey is not just about English. It's about confidence, courage, and becoming the best version of yourself. Every time you open your mouth to speak, you are proving something powerful. You are not afraid anymore. So, promise yourself today you will never stop speaking, no matter what. Speak with mistakes. Speak with your accent. Speak with your heart, because your voice deserves to be heard and your journey deserves to continue. There is no finish line in learning. There are only new levels, new discoveries, new moments of pride. Every day you speak, you climb higher. Every word you learn, you move forward. You may not be perfect, but you are progressing, and that's what really matters. So, if one day you feel like stopping, remember this. You started because you wanted to be free, you wanted to express yourself, you wanted to grow. That reason is still inside you. Let it guide you, let it keep you moving. Keep speaking, keep trying, keep shining. Because your voice is your power, and your journey is your story. And this story doesn't end here, it's only beginning. If this video touched your heart and made you believe in your voice again, then your journey has already started. Subscribe for more videos that help you grow your English and your confidence. Like this video if you believe your voice matters. And comment below, what was the first English sentence you ever spoke out loud? Because your story deserves to be heard, and your voice deserves the world.